In an attempt to improve the consistency in our face-off mechanics, we will review the following clips for training purposes. As you view the clips, keep in mind the following items. Be diligent in your instruction to the face-off men. Stress the need to go down legally. A memo earlier this season from Tom Abbott stressed the need to have the portion of the face-off from down to set be more efficient. You need to address players who continue to go down in a fashion which forces you to adjust them. And remember, no swissel. As the helping official, do not adjust sticks. Support verbally by enforcing the neutral zone, checking for hands on plastic, and finally by checking the butt end of the player facing you. Be involved by being close. Too many officials are too far away from the face-off to be effective. Be stationary. You have a better opportunity to pick up body movement compared to the face-off official. Let's discuss why. As the official conducting the face-off, as they're backing out, his eyes are naturally moving up, down, and sideways, making it difficult to see slight movements. Each of the following clips will play twice. Once so we can observe the play, commentary regarding the play will follow, and then the clip will be reshown. The first 3 clips are all very early in the contest, and all result in violations. We as officials need to be cognizant of this and do further instruction when needed. Of the many face-offs in the game, approximately 80% involved some sort of issue. The players line up incorrectly most of the game. It will become obvious that the butt ends are on the line for most. Besides the stick being on the line, which should have been adjusted, this face-off has an obvious violation by the player in blue. When you watch the clip, you should be able to see the player in blue never becomes 100% set. He then rolls into the face-off. Good call. The violation in this face-off was called on the player in white for placing his elbow on his stick to restrict movement. It could just as easily have been called on the player in blue for taking an excessive amount of time after he has clamped the ball. You will notice the blue player looks twice for a teammate to move it to. Questions that need to be answered are, which happened first, and did the excessive clamp cause the called violation? This face-off is almost identical to the first one of the game. This violation resulted in a time-serving foul. Although it is unclear if all 3 officials realize this, we do get it right. If we remind each other often of number of violations, we can ensure proper enforcement. At minimum, we should be telling the face-off players the number of existing violations before each face-off. Won by St. Joe's on the violation, and we'll start. We're like, what? Makes us feel horrible. Yeah, give the thumbs up. Oh, yeah. All 3 of us are like, yes. Start. Come on, Mike! Run by Michigan, and the ground ball is 40 seconds. In this face-off, you will notice the stick on the line, which should have resulted in an adjustment. The helper adjusts a stick, which should be left up to the official conducting the face-off. We're like, what? Makes us feel horrible. Yeah, give the thumbs up. Oh, yeah. All 3 of us are like, yes. Start. Come on, Mike! Run by Michigan, and the ground ball is 40 seconds. Start. There is little right with this face-off. The player in white moves his stick after the official says set. This should have been a violation. Perhaps the only one able to catch this is the stationary helper official. After the whistle, the player in white disadvantages the player in blue by placing parts of his body on the body of the player in blue. This should have also resulted in a violation. During the scrum for the loose ball, does the player in white use his free arm to hold the player in blue? This too should have resulted in a loose ball hold, which would not count as a face-off violation. The final issue with this face-off is after possession, the player in blue delivers an illegal body check to the player in white, which goes uncalled. Pay close attention to the player in white's head position during the contact. On this face-off, the player in white restricts the free movement of the player in blue's stick. The knee of the player in white is on the ground and does not allow the player in blue to move his stick forward, thus losing his ability to play the ball forward. This should have been a violation on white. No player can place a body part on the ground and use this to impede the movement of his opponent.